I'm a moron. Thank you, Odat nerd. How long was that doing that? Wait, when did I turn that off? Well, I won't stream for 45 minutes on mute. Fantastic. The end of my stream yesterday had audio, didn't it? Also, so you don't know what yeah. So yeah, oops. I don't know when I muted that, and now that concerns me. Hold on, I have to go. I just wanna see real quick. I wanna bring up my VOD from yesterday. I need to know if I've been muted for a decent portion of yesterday. Hold on, let me go find this. Let me derail my stream real quickly. Also, hello, Odat nerd. Welcome to the stream. So this was my stream, the VOD from yesterday. Please tell me this.
Yeah, that was fine.
It did. Okay. Well, this is playing at times 2 speed, but whatever.
For our VR adventures today.
Okay, good. So I don't remember when I turned that off, but okay. At least it wasn't like half of the stream yesterday was muted. I also done that thing where I changed the scene to a browser on another desktop, then forgot to switch it back so no one can see what I was doing. Oh, yeah, fun. I thankfully, because I have multiple monitors, I can see, and I have this habit where like right now, I very constantly am looking at the OBS thing, or more specifically, myself in the webcam of the OBS thing. So usually, I've been pretty good at the very least for like seeing that I have the right OBS stuff. I mean, sometimes I do have myself on like the wrong side. Whoops. Sometimes I have myself on like the wrong side, and then I'm like, oh, look at all this stuff in the hierarchy that I'm talking about. And then I realize, oh wait, I've been blocking the hierarchy for the past few minutes. I'm trying to get better at that, but that's why I try to have myself in a good place where I don't have to worry about moving my camera too much. What I've been doing with Unity is sticking the console behind my head usually, so the inspector gets blocked a little bit by chat, but it's better than it being like completely covered, I guess. And then being on this side, usually I'm not blocking code stuff too well. So yeah. Oh, also I'm missing chat things. Hold on. Let me see your chat things. I do the same thing now. I just share my left monitor and move stuff as appropriate. Then if I can see it, you can see it. Yeah, unless it's under my giant head. I try not to move my camera because awful memory. Yeah, fair enough. Exactly, yeah. Same here. By being in a good spot, yeah, just trying to have a good... Yeah, so like I'm not having to move myself back and forth constantly, so I just don't have to worry about that, about blocking important things. But yeah, I'll also from time to time I'll mute my desktop audio just because most of the time I'm not wearing my headphones. So if there's like audio that's like playing somewhere, it's good to. Well, I want to be aware of that if that's happening. But sometimes I'll mute my desktop audio and then forget to unmute it. So then I'm like, hi, look at the audio of this thing. And then there's no audio playing. But I think that's one of the first times I've accidentally had my own mic muted. I don't remember when I muted it, though. I did at some point. I forget why, though. Whatever, anyways. Oh, I remember why. Because I did. After last VOD... I was recording a small thing, and I wanted to make sure my mic wasn't picked up with that. So that's why I muted it. Okay, solved the mystery. Okay, cool. Anyways, though, so what we were actually doing, I just started the stream, so I'm not we haven't gotten into things yet. I've just been doing introductory rambling, as I usually do. I also, my tag game is done, sort of. Well, it didn't become all of what I wanted it to, and I will be revisiting it at... another date, but for now it's done in that all you guys can play it. Yay tag indeed. Here, I can post the link I put it in my Discord. I'll put it in my chat there. Bueno. So you can go to my itch.io page where I have it there. I don't have I did not put anything into actually prettying up the page here, but that's okay. Actually, okay, I'm going to do one thing. Because I just don't have time to, but I'm going to do one thing. Because also I have to make a banner and a background and all that. I want to do something right now because it'll be funny. Please tell me this can accept Photoshop documents. If it can, I want to put a picture of Reginald up here. If you don't know who Reginald is, don't worry about it. No, well, yeah, from UltraTag. This guy, assets, sprites, character icons. Okay, fine. No. Okay, you know, I'll do this real quick. I just think it'd be funny to at least have some picture of the background here, just to have, come on. Just to have the picture of Reginald in the background. We'll get to VR stuff in a minute. So while I'm trying to find stuff here, what we're doing with the VR thing is that I found an example project that has VR stuff working. It's a little rough around the edges, but frankly, like, that's kind of okay. This guy right here. Can I have you? Thank you. You don't have a background. I'm gonna give you. No, I'm gonna see if you. I don't know if you work if you have no background. We're gonna find out. Learn together. Not that. I want to do the export. Export. Yeah, PNGs are the ones that get transparency, right? Hopefully so. You're going to the right place. Cool. So now if I refresh this, I should see. No, this is where I saved you. Why am I not? What? Oh no, where did you save? Oh no, where did you save? I thought I just saved you there. Excuse me? PNG, blah blah blah. Where are you saving to? Here. Assets, sprite. Oh, you are going in the wrong place. Never mind. You should be going here. Sprites, character icons. Here's where I want you. Okay, good enough. This is gonna work. No. Oh no. I wanted this on the background, so it's like repeating, and it purposely looks really bad. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna have the banner one though. Just have that. Oh, it gets the white background though. Whoa, wait, is that actually transparent, or do you understand? Like, is it? Are you this? Oh, you are. Okay, perfect. Let's go like a dark purple, all sinister like. Beautiful. You know what? Then I'm gonna do the same thing on my Wait, no, hold on. No. I'm making this a meme at this point, but I'm actually putting conscious effort into this. If I put this as this image, then this is what Twitch people will see. Not Twitch people. This is like when I post the link of the itch thing, it'll show this image. I believe that's how that works. So, yeah. Okay, he's gonna be in both spots for now. Eventually, I'll maybe make this like more serious, but for now this is fine. All right, how do I save you? Publish? Did you upload cover image? Oh, this is the image here. Yeah, take this. Did I do things? Did I do things successfully? Okay. Oh wait, I don't need pictures in both spots. Okay. Banner, so get rid of banner, and then have that there. All right, that works. I put too much, that was already too much time, but no, that's fine. Okay, now this is slightly more, I don't know. One, it's slightly less empty, and two, it's funny seeing this guy. Also, I just like how this render turned out. So, yeah. All right, enough of that playing around. Let's get to actual serious business with Unity things. Okay, so first thing is let me find the Unity project. Not there. Over here. Over. Nope, still in the wrong place. Here and here. So now this is our project here. Okay. So I am making a VR thing. All I wanted to get set up, my initial goal was just being able to look around in VR, being able to have VR hands, being able to pick stuff up, maybe throw stuff. That was my initial goal. And I thought I'd be programming that stuff, not like completely from scratch, but like through having to just download the libraries and figure out how all that worked, like not having that much of a template to go off of. But what I found, which was nice, is this template, this scene. It's like a little escape room kind of a thing, made by Unity themselves. The funny thing though, is that this scene is very broken when you first get it. It has problems with, you have to dig through some settings and change some things just to get it to work. So that would lead me to believe that not a lot of people know that this exists or use it or whatever. I was able to do a lot of research and a lot of just playing around with things, and I was able to figure out how to get it to actually run. So that was cool. So my first order of business, we do have it. Okay, I was about to say my first order of business was going to be, can I get this to run in the most recent version of Unity? Version 2020, I think is actually, I'm fine with this. I'm deciding. This is the most recent like LTS version. Do I go to this or this? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Hold on. Actually, I'm just trying to think of. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna say I'm fine on not it not running on this version, the most recent version. I think this may have some problems. I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna. It's working here. I'm gonna not worry about it. It's version 2020. That's better than 2019, I guess. It's most recent LTS version. So I think that's fine enough. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is start dissecting this. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, stuff that just works because of reasons. I basically want to dissect to see if I can figure out more about how some things work with this. And then turn this more into, get this more set up for being able to modify it, right? For my actual project thing. So there might be some things that I'm deleting, some things that I, at least making more folders and stuff, deleting the actual tutorial part of this. Like I'm noticing this here, README editor. This is, oh yeah, this was like, was this something that I wasn't, wait, when I first loaded this up, this was something that like opened up, right? So like, I don't want this. Hey, I didn't mean to open that. Now there's some other parts of this scene. I'm not going to delete everything that's not the VR related, because there are actually some things in this scene that I want to keep for now because I think it's cool, and we might, oh my god. Like, look at how cool this is. Look at how cool this looks. And it's also really cool that it runs in the editor, which is cool. Look at this, like, Steam. That's amazing. That's really cool. These like jars here have like liquid physics stuff. Oh my god, you're even. I'm so amazed by things that move in the editor. Do you actually? Oh, you don't move very well, do you? Oh, potion bottle. Do you actually? I wonder if I turn you, do you actually know to like not like this? If I turn you like this. Oh, that's so cool! That is so cool! It's mainly cool because it works in the editor. That's so cool. What? How? That's so cool. So it's stuff like this that I just want to start dissecting how some things in this work. Certain areas of interest, I guess. I mean, okay, I'm more concerned with the magic. Magic indeed. I mean, funny enough, these are like magic potions or whatever, so you're not too far off. But like, so I'm more concerned with the like the VR side of things of like, how's looking around and the graphing things and all that. To some degree, and mainly to be able to like change them. So one example of a thing I would like to change is the actual hands that you have in this. I'd like the potential ability to change them if we make our own custom hand model or whatever. The one in here has all these like lines going around the hand for whatever reason. I'd like to maybe not have that. Also maybe go towards more of like the holographic hands that some VR games have, rather than full hand. Actually, I don't know. Well, that'll be something for me and my group to sort of figure out. But just, I want to know, for the sake of knowing, how would I go about changing this model? How easy is it to do? Also, this fire thing is adorable. But yeah, long story short, just different parts of the scene I kind of want to dissect. Ideally, without breaking the scene. I'd like this scene to still work, ideally, so we can still play around with it. There are certain things we'll be taking from this scene, maybe. Like the liquid physics, we were going to have a potential thing in our game about having to dump out water bottles or whatever. Or like dump out things of liquid. Liquid physics, not liquid physics, but like liquid stuff like this. If we can steal from this and make this look like actual just normal water, would be a thing that then we don't have to worry about. Oh, I'm also just noticing that different ones of these are filled different amounts. I wonder how that's dealt with. Fill amount? Oh, you have an actual fill amount variable? Weird. Not weird, it's cool. It's interesting. And then things like certain things you can interact with, like this board thing. It's like when we got like a button, we got like this thing you can pull and this thing that you can like turn. Just a lot of dissecting how these different things work and how we can modify them all and all that. Now, one thing I'm also just curious to look at is that there's two scenes here that seem to work a little bit differently. So that's a weird thing here. Oh, I love the scene. So there's this scene as well that sort of came with this project where. Got like more things you can interact with and all that. But this seems to use a slightly different XR rig or whatever. This one actually has like holographic hands, for example. This one though is a little bit more broken. I have to like go into play mode and then manually fix stuff with the hands. So there's a lot of, and then even beyond this, actually going into the game, there's just some things that are a little bit rough around the edges. Like when you go to grab stuff, you have to get like really close to be able to grab stuff. I would probably maybe, like for our thing, we might make it so there's a bit more wiggle room in terms of like you get close enough and then you can grab stuff. When you grab stuff, your VR hand like disappears and then you only see the thing that you're holding. That's fine, but I think I would also like that keep the hand and the thing that it's grabbing. Things like that. Is it thunder? Did I just hear thunder? I think I may have just heard thunder. It's been raining all day here, so so I don't just randomly get like a power outage or something. The stream suddenly cuts out. You know why? There's also these two template scenes. I don't know what they're for. Oh, wait, empty prototype and empty scene. Okay, this thing also has stuff for teleporting around. Where's the console? Console's behind my head, yes. There's also things for like teleporting around. With our game, which is like typically like a common VR feature. With our game specifically, it just so happens to be that we're just not going to have any teleporting around. But still, I don't know, it'd be interesting to look into how that works, I guess. Yeah, so that's that. So let's get started, shall we? So the first thing is that what I was talking about, deleting stuff, I think I can delete this tutorial info folder. And I have this whole project copied somewhere. Do I? Wait, maybe I don't. I might want to copy this whole project somewhere just in case I break stuff beyond the point of no return. Which I maybe should have done before I deleted the thing I just deleted. So maybe I should do that. Okay, so also this, readme. Third party notice. Cool. I'm gonna hope that that's fine. Blah and readme. Yep, you're gonna be gone. So there's two sets of like folders here. There's XR. XR has to do with, I think, the rig stuff to some degree. Yeah, I see like all this Oculus stuff. One thing I'm also not sure of is how well this works with different VR headsets. Now, I can only test this on an Oculus Rift, what I have, but I would like, ideally, if this works on an HT Vive, or like, yeah, ideally it works with any VR headset would be cool, but I don't know to what degree that works. Simply put, I think I can delete these text files. I'm gonna hope so. Yeah, this is just .txt, so it should be fine to delete. Also, yeah, just deleting a bunch of other sort of unnecessary things, and just dissecting what. Okay, yeah, what's all in this? This is animation. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so and yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff here that I just don't understand. Always on top. Default, always on top. Oh, that's a sort of VR thing where sometimes you have to kind of have this sort of what's it called? To have certain UI things that just appear on top of everything. That's probably what that's for. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so this might be a bit, I don't know how boring this is going to be, but it's just going to be me dissecting through things and being in awe. Like, oh, that's how this works. Oh, that's how this works. Without breaking everything, ideally. So, and this is in the universal render pipeline, so that's something. Let me also, yeah, I'm going to do a thing real quick. I'm going to close this project. I do want to just duplicate it before I start messing around too much. As I said, just in case I break stuff, just have this sort of copy of the project back when it worked before. So I'm going to have to actually, this is going to take a lot of copy. It's going to take some time to copy, and then I have to reopen the thing after it's done. Yeah, oops. Maybe should have done that before. And, oh well. I'm also probably going to be doing some playing around in VR where So that might happen too. One thing I actually want to do, to a degree, is I want to compare. You know, actually, I have an idea of a thing to do while I'm waiting on this. Are you guys familiar with Half-Life Alyx? Actually, yeah. I want to look at two things. You know, this is worth doing a bit of experimenting. I want to play a little bit of Boneworks and a little bit of Half-Life Alyx. Two VR games that are pretty good, top of the line. And I want to just compare them in terms of how, not in terms of like the game, well, not in terms of the games or the graphics, but more so just how is the VR controls handled, and what do I prefer for which reasons, and how might I go about copying such things, yada yada yada. Like, I know Half-Life Alyx has this really handy like thing where you kind of flick your wrist and objects come flying towards you. I really like that. It'd be cool if I could to make it. Well, I don't even know. Okay, there's a difference between what would be cool to make and what do I actually need for our game. So that's worth mentioning. Like in our game, we're purposely limiting it so that you can't like you're just in one area, you don't move, or like you step around left right a little bit, but you don't actually move like you do in like Half-Life Alyx or whatever. Turning, I'm not too sure. We'll see. But yeah, because we're making this game. Oh, I didn't open Oculus. Maybe that may be a reason why that. Oh no, oh no, things are freezing. Oculus. I didn't open this up. I'm gonna open this up and then I'll open Steam VR and then that might work. Oh shoot, I'm an idiot. I forgot that this isn't how I'm supposed to do this. Well, or in the past I've had some problems. If I go to open the game directly like this, it has problems. But instead, if I open it through Oculus itself, then it's more likely to work. So oops, I didn't do that, but maybe I should have. Another neat thing is that Boneworks specifically was made in Unity, which means that like it's theoretically possible for me to like anything that Boneworks does, it's theoretically possible for me to be able to do it. Because it's the same game engine. In theory, there's a huge difference between like it, game made by professionals, game made by one person, difference there, but you know what I mean? Rather than it being a completely different game engine, where it becomes more like, is this even a thing I can conceptually do that this game engine can do or whatever? Yeah, so that's that to keep in mind. Oh no, what's going on here? This copying over, I don't know how much that's okay. I don't even know if I'm going to be seeing anything in here. I'm seeing pure black. Wait, I don't even have my headset plugged in. That's an important step. Let me just, one moment. Where are you? This one. Follow the chords. Okay. Let's do this. Yep, that's Boneworks, all right. I need to set this to actually be going through the Rift headphones. What is that? Is that the hands? Is it the hands in front of the face? I noticed this, that when you start a game, or when you start a VR game, if you don't have your headset stuff set up, you start being in the floor. So that's something. Okay, where's my where's my hand? Where did I put my hand? Over here. Okay. One moment. Let's just do a little bit of this. I don't know how much of these I'm gonna be like playing the game, but we'll see. I'm wearing the lab coat. It's time to get analytical. Except I'm not seeing anything still. Oh, I'm starting to. Oh. You can't see what I'm seeing, but I hear noises. I think are you guys hearing sound? I think you're hearing sound. I don't know if it's too loud for you guys. Hard for me to tell. La 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 la. Okay, it looks like the bars of the desktop audio are less than the bars of my voice, so hopefully it's fine. So I'm just seeing pitch black. For a second I thought I was seeing something, but okay, I might have to. All right, let me quit out of this. Let's not do it. Oculus isn't even open. I thought oh no, yes it is. Okay, here, let me do this. I shouldn't have opened the game directly, especially without having my headset plugged in. Okay, let me get out of all this. Oh yeah, so I had to unplug my other monitor. So I have 3 monitors, which is cool. Well, one of them is quite tiny. That's the one I'm using for chat. But I had to choose where it's like 3 monitors or 2 monitors and VR. but yeah, that's how that is. Okay, let me also first this finished copying. So actually, I'm gonna let it stay being named copy. Actually, I'm gonna call it backup. No. Okay. Hold on. You know what? Then I'm gonna get that opening again. I'm hoping that it being open won't be taking too much CPU and all that. This is Discord stuff. I'm gonna actually close Discord for now. Maybe I shouldn't have a Unity open. I don't know, just things that might affect performance of this. All right, let's see if being back in sort of the home thing. Yep, okay, I'm seeing VR things. You guys can't see this yet, but hopefully you will very shortly. Let me minimize this. Hey, oh, that opened quite quickly. Nice. All right, un momento. You guys will see things momentarily. Let me just get to the point where you can see things. So. Where's my, I haven't used this properly in a long time. Okay. Library. It recognizes Unity as being an app. Interesting. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense to then, especially because it's a VR game. Interesting. Okay, let's find, Boneworks. Or do I have to open SteamVR like this? I forget how this works. Or may I have to open it through Steam? Okay, I probably should. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and say that. No, okay. Steam. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark and say that Unity might mess with things, either from just it being another like VR source that's like, hey, we're a thing, or just. Come on. Or just it taking CPU and performance and all of that. Okay, that's just kind of. Are you gonna work now? Maybe? Are you guys seeing anything? No? Hold on. Well, okay. I'm just gonna wait for this to... It's loading the Steam VR home thing, I think. I'm just in loading screen matrix here. Okay, let me just try loading up Boneworks now. I guess I'm gonna look at Boneworks first, and then Half-Life Alyx. Half-Life Alyx... Ow! Oh, my hair! Ow! I'm fine, but... Ow. Half-Life Alyx is more so the thing I want to copy from, but it also looks better graphically because it's Valve. But yeah, I just want to look at both of these. I think. Also, both games have like hands, right? Like, or they do hands the same way. I think in terms of the actual like what you see. Oh, okay, Boneworks' loading screen, I'm seeing the controllers, so that's kind of neat. Like, I'm seeing a model of, an Oculus Rift controller that then matches my controller's vision. That's quite cool. Okay, in-game, you guys can see, my mouse is in the way, let's, not have that. Yeah. So you guys also, this is just a normal thing with VR games, that you guys don't get the same field of vision that I do. Where, am I a good place in like the actual thing? Sure, let's put my chair away. I don't have the Guardian thing set up, so let's hope that I don't run into walls. Maybe I should, but I'll be careful. Hopefully that'll be fine. Okay, so, this game's also a bit creepy. I'm hoping to not actually get too far into like, things are gonna creep me out. Well, yeah, mainly the head crab things. What are they called? They're not actually head crabs. Head crabs is in Half-Life, but they're inspired by them. I don't remember what they're called, but things that look like head crabs, but they're like headset things. Those things are creepy, simply put. Okay, so hold on. Actually, let me also just wipe this off, so I can get the ultimate experience, or what have you. Okay, and I can see my little ripped out pieces of hair. I'm just kind of clear out. This hair in my face. Okay. Let's get into this more properly then, shall we? Can you guys can hear things probably? Everything's all good to go? Again, I don't know how long I'm going to be experimenting with this. I just wanted to, because I'm now going to be attempting to make a VR kind of a thing, I just wanted to dabble in this a little bit. So, mainly just go super analytical into the, this is exactly what this is looking like. So first of all, yeah. So one thing, or finishing what I was saying before, is that my field of vision doesn't match your guys'. For yours, it looks a bit more zoomed in. Another thing is that in terms of like brightness and darkness, I noticed that a lot of times in VR things that are recorded onto a screen, there might be a case where it's like, oh, I'm in a super dark area and you guys see like pure black, but I can barely see stuff. So the sort of brightness is a bit off in terms of what you guys see, what I see. So I'm aware of these things from my own experience of seeing like YouTubers play VR things and stuff like that. So I will try to keep that in mind with any talking that I'm doing or whatever. So first thing is that, yeah, okay, so this game you can move around and there's different, there's different, why did I do this? Or there's different modes of moving around, modes of transport. This game has a whole settings thing. In my game that we're going to be making, you're going to be in one spot moving around, and that's it. I don't even know if we're going to do turning. Well, you might physically turn left, right, and center, and there won't be anything important behind you. I think that's how we're planning on doing this. So we might not even have the turn controls. We'll have to just see, I guess. But, okay, so we got hands. Hands match my hands. This thing has a whole body thing, which is pretty cool and how it's set up. I don't know. We'll do all that. Probably not. We'll probably just have just the hands like most VR things kind of do. In fact, even Half-Life Alyx does that. So that's that. In terms of pointing, like if I'm pointing for menu options, it's going out of like this. It kind of matches how the controller, sort of. Well, imagine if I'm sticking out my finger like this, it's like matching that, which makes sense. I noticed that Unity game, the example, Escape Room 1, is weird in that you have to point like this to really point forward, which is strange, not really something that you'd want, right? So, yeah, that's a thing. What was I just saying? Yeah, so that's that. This game, oh, you can crouch, right? That's a thing. Oh yeah, I remember a lot of this stuff. I don't know if I want to go into actually any like levels or not. Maybe. I don't know. One thing I know over here, I believe if you go to the side of this thing, I think you can climb up this wall. You can jump. Okay, I need to be really careful to not hit anything of like my roof or. Can you climb this? I thought you could. Or. No. Okay. There's a. I know you can get up there. Okay, I can climb this thing. Oh yeah, there is a sprinting. Okay. Wow. Let's hope I don't cause myself motion sickness. I'm hoping the performance of this is fine in terms of like what you guys are seeing. I have no way of telling if what you guys are seeing is lagging horrifically or not. But yeah, so this is cool. That you can climb up stuff. Very, very cool. None of this would be an RVR game, but it's cool, so I'm doing it. Oh, look at that lighting. Oh, that's neat. Right, this is a Unity thing, so I should also be analyzing lighting. That's another thing. In terms of like art style stuff, we need to figure out what our sort of art style of our game is going to be. The escape room thing was very all like simplistic and low poly, but it had a kind of nice charm to it, I guess. Oh god, I'm okay. Stuck in things. Yeah, but this has nice lighting and all that. Okay. Woo! Yeah, down there. Off the top of my head, I don't know if there's any. Oh, one thing I'm curious of real quick. I just want to experiment with. Where is this Hover Junkers thing? I want to go to that real quick. If any of you, some of you might not be familiar with Boneworks whatsoever. I didn't even explain what the game is. I don't even know how to explain what the game is. It's weird. It's a very weird game. Oh god, I'm like, how do I explain this? It's like, it's too weird to explain. Also, I haven't played it in like a long time, so I'm having to remember a lot of stuff with it. Let me go this and this real quick. This is like an additional like bonus thing that you get sort of after beating the game. Oh, also it's neat. A really neat thing is that I see a different loading screen than what you guys see. So I'm very curious of how that might be done. Because this is Unity, which means it's possible to do in Unity. But what I'm seeing right now is a more 3D-ified loading screen, and then you guys are just seeing the name. So that's kind of neat. But this game, like normally, what is it? Something like you're in like a VR world thing. I think it's a bit like Matrix-like almost. Well, you're working for a company that's doing that sort of stuff, and they're close to launching it. It's like in development or whatever, and then you're sort of going through stuff. And the story-wise, it's very like all ambiguous and all that. But like gameplay-wise, you're just kind of going through all these areas, and then there's rogue AI things that you fight and all that sort of stuff, and it just gets progressively weirder and weirder. Yeah. This though is like oh yeah. Oh, this stuff was a thing. Oh yeah, guns and interactables and stuff. Right. I forgot that was a whole other thing I wanted to play around with was the actual like grabbing and throwing of stuff. Why are you starting from scratch? Wait, what? Didn't I? Okay. Well, okay, whatever. Let me just. So I remember. Okay, I'm not gonna go through this whole thing, or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. But as I said, I don't have all the time in the world to be doing this, but I wanted to play around this a little bit. So hopefully I'm not, spending all day in this. So okay, interesting recoil. So that's the first thing I'm noticing. This gun has infinite ammo. Oh no, it doesn't. Well, you have infinite ammo in this like sandbox level. What is with this? That's okay. That's interesting seeing that break apart. That's obviously not very intended. Whoop. Yeah, you have like ammo and stuff. Interesting. Oh, is there a thing? Okay, I don't have this set up, but I know. Is there a way to get it so that like I can look at my wrist and see chat? I think that's a thing. I'm not gonna. That I imagine will take a while to set up. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. But yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so this is a thing. Okay, I wanted to, okay. I thought I had like a sort of a save file of this being complete. I don't. This level has like a vehicle thing that you can drive, but it takes a while of playing this sandbox to get it, so I'm not gonna bother doing that. Yeah, okay. But just in terms of like picking it up and, okay, so in terms of picking up stuff and throwing it, so this game has a thing where when I am looking towards an object, you see how when my hand is close to it, it gets a dot? Or even if in my thing, if it's like gets like highlighted in some fashion to say like, this is the active thing. And then I hit the grab button, I did both. Then it gets sucked to my hand. So that's interesting. It gets sucked, and then once it reaches my hand, it automatically gets grabbed. So that's how this works. And it's even, quite responsive in midair. Like, this is very easy to grab stuff, which is nice, which is something that you want out of a VR game, right? In the Unity escape room thing, it was quite hard to grab stuff, and it had a weirder system for how you grab stuff from the distance. So that's something. And also, it seems there's a bit of a range on it. There is a range, or once it's out of that range, you can't grab. Okay, neat how that is. Okay, one thing I want to... Okay, then if something's like on the ground, another thing to play around with. So, how... Yeah, what? Oh yeah, I forgot you have infinite... In this level, you have infinite guns in your, on your leg. So, okay, that's what I grabbed there. But just testing basically, how close do I have to put my hand to an object to be able to grab it? Oh, neat. Even if I backhand it? No. Interesting. Okay, well... Okay, interesting. Interesting how that is. And with this, what this also does, with this gun specifically, when I grab it from any angle... Oh, it has like two modes of grabbing. Oh, it has like grab points. Neat. Interesting. How the hand wraps around it. It actually, basically has certain grab points. Okay, I want to grab something that's not a gun. Because the gun, it tries to, put it in the, the gun shooty position. Can I grab this? Oh yeah, this has a thing where you have like heavy things. Interesting. But when I grab this... Okay, so it has the hand wrap around in a certain way. That's interesting. Yeah, it like snaps the hand. Fascinating. Fascinating. It snaps the hand. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, actually I have a better idea of a place to go. Is it the museum, I think? This area has a lot more things to interact with. I wanted to go to that Hover Junkies level because I thought it would have the vehicle. But it has this vehicle thing that you can drive, but I had to do more work to actually like get it. Which I'm not gonna do right now. Okay. The loading screen is lagging a decent bit. Hopefully that's fine. Alright, again, because also, so like, OBS is probably taking a bit of, CPU, having two monitors right now is going to be taking a bit of CPU. Like, it's understandable that this isn't at, like, optimal performance or whatever. Although I'm curious that in its current state, I'm curious to see what has better performance, this or Half-Life Alyx. You would think this because it's not as good graphically, but I imagine Half-Life Alyx might be better optimized or something like that. And again, you know, made by a bigger studio and all that. Okay, this is still loading, so I can just take this off for now. Start, clearing out the hairs in my headset that are getting in my face. I don't know how interesting this, me being super analytical with this stuff is to watch, but it's necessary. Well, it's not entirely necessary. It's because I can. But it's interesting for me to just look at like, oh, so these are neat things that that happen in these VR things that you don't even think about because it's so like natural. Like, I don't think I ever really clued in when you grab an object, how it snaps to certain points of the object, and it like snaps your hand around in certain ways to make the grabbing look more natural or whatever. It doesn't need to do that, but it does. And yeah, I guess it's just usually not something that you'd think about, which is just kind of fascinating. I'm curious of what Half-Life Alyx does in that aspect. I know one cool thing is that Half-Life Alyx has this, has like whiteboards that you can draw on with markers. I want to look at that. I want to see if I can look at it really close. I'm curious of how that is actually done because it's not instantiating like game objects for each little thing. Although it is definitely, it would be different. It's a different game engine, so the underlying rules of how that stuff works could be different, but if I were to pretend that it was Unity, and like how would I do that marker drawing in Unity? I mean, there's like line renderers, but that would only work for like straight lines. And you can basically have like, as you drag the marker across, it keeps drawing little, I don't even know. Like it keeps instantiating stuff at like really, really, really thick points. But that, I don't know, that might not be good on performance. I don't know. Interesting. I'm not too sure. All right, we're in, we're in this thing. Okay, let me just, this is not a Let's Play of Boneworks, so I'm not going to bother, like, I'm just skipping ahead through things that I already, okay, it's going to take longer to get through. Where is, is there a way for me to sort of fast travel to... I just want to get, there's a part where there's just lots of like stuff to grab and interact with. I just kind of want to speed run to that section anyway. This sort of VR museum is pretty cool, but yeah, it's things and all that. It is neat how and it's cool because it's like showcasing the game developers like hardware of the game. It's cool that is stuff. Because I imagine, a lot of very complicated things that went into like how all the player stuff works, which is really, really cool. Okay. Woo! Oh. And also I can grab this and woo! This is happening. Woo! Okay. Getting through this as fast as I can. Wait. I don't remember what this button does. Particle effects, particle systems, woo! Line renderers, baby! That's probably what this is, if I had to guess. Yeah, line renderers going from one game object to another. Then has some fancy material stuff of how it looks like a glowy line. I get how you work because I know that you're Unity, which is even cooler because I know that this game was made in Unity, the same game engine that I use. I can look at this stuff and maybe more accurately just have at least a good guess at like, how was this exact thing done? Some script that like, when you let go, it has some like saved position of where it is. Once you let go of the object, it could sort of, it could have it like lerp towards where it was, but no, there is some, I don't know how this sort of bounce back is happening, but that's just some more complicated math thing. Still really cool. This render texture is probably, if something along those lines, if I had to guess. There's some, this is very cool. Like, look at how this is. Very, very neat. Because this isn't a window. I guess for those familiar, it's like, it's a window, so cool. But this is not a window. This is a wall. But a wall that's showing, like, how all this stuff.
It's like showing another area. It looks like that background. Is it a skybox? Is it a skybox? No, the ground is like right there in the other world thing. So it looks like it could be another scene. It's like a render texture or something. If I had to guess, that's somehow like aligning itself with this camera or something like that. Once it goes far enough, it's definitely a skybox. Like that sky is very likely a skybox. But I don't know where it cuts off. Like those hay bales, are those geometry or like a picture? Or is that skybox? I'm not entirely sure. Interesting. Very interesting. This is the kind of, okay, some of this isn't as important for, it's like I'm analyzing this, but like I'm not going to be concerning myself with this stuff for my game, but yeah. Oh, okay, objects. This isn't where I thought I was going for this, but like in terms of interacting with stuff. So one cool thing is that I can do this. If I'm not grabbing stuff, my hand acts like a physical thing in the world. And it just pushes stuff around. I want this behavior in our game. Just the hand to be a physical thing. That might be as easy as just the hand itself has a rigid body on it and colliders and all that stuff. But we'll see. We'll see when I get into it. I don't know what other, like, there's probably a lot of really complicated, fancy programming that goes into how the hands work. Like, look at this also. Oh, interesting. When this does this, when I get far enough away. Oh, yeah. See, yeah, it's neat that this is blocking my ability to move. I think that's fascinating. Again, don't know how much that will concern itself with my tag game. One thing that or not my tag game, so used to saying that, but not that, just our VR game. One thing that we do need is like, one thing that we need is a conveyor belt system that can move these objects that you can then also grab. So I do need to be able to have that system working. So I imagine that if these objects just have rigid bodies on them, that it might be as simple as it might be as simple as, you know, they have a rigid body, you have a moving conveyor belt, and then that just works. But I don't know if that combined with grabbing will cause any sort of problems. So that is something to look into. Wow. This also has glass that you can break. We're not going to have breaking glass, I don't think, but yeah. Over here, I forget how you get into this. There's something that you do to like, this is the wall that has some sort of secrets behind it. That I think you have to like come back to after you've beaten the game. Something like that. I don't know. I don't remember, but.
Feel free to take your time with physics and
yeah. So there's all this. I think okay. This is cool and all that, but I think I've had my fun. I gotta move on. Is there anything else like this? I want to just before I leave this, I just want to. Is there anything else I want to sort of experiment with? That will be easy. That won't take like a long time to get to this point in the game to test this thing. In terms of grabbing two objects, so like grabbing an object with two hands. This is how this is done. Neat. Okay. Okay, I've had my fun. Let's get out of this. No, I don't want to quit Steam VR. I just want to quit this game. Exit game. And then now we're gonna go check out Half-Life Alyx. So let's do that. Shall we? All right. Alrighty. Right. So now we get to the other game. See, like both of games have cool stuff about them. Like Boneworks has a lot more things that you can interact with, and the whole like being able to climb on stuff is all pretty cool. But it is just like a tad more clunky, I guess, than like so. Like Half-Life Alyx has less movement options or whatever, but it feels a lot more polished. Which sometimes that trade-off can be worth it. I mean, ideally, it would be cool if we can get to this point where you have the best of both worlds, where you have the really a lot of motion options, and being able to do like again, it also feeling like really polished and all that. But yeah, we'll see how as more VR games continue to be developed, where that goes. I'll make a cool VR game one day. I have ideas for some VR games I'd like to make one day. I mean, this is one of them now with this group project thing, but yeah. So this, I forget how how good this looks, which is cool. Okay, let's get into the main menu stuff. Like graphically, this does look better. Yes. Yes. Okay. You forget how this game looks. When I say it looked graphically better, like it's maybe hard to tell when you're not in the VR thing, but it is really graphically good. So I guess I'm gonna go. Do I start a new game? What's original game? Oh yeah, okay. Is there anywhere particular I want to go in the game? I kind of want to. I'm just gonna go to the beginning for now. The normal beginning. Oh yeah, oh shoot, I forgot that I bumped this earlier. I don't want to do the calibrating thing, so I'm just gonna kind of. Oh, I bumped both of these. Oh no. We're gonna hope that's close enough. If it's not tracking my hands perfectly, that's fine. I'm aware that that's because of my sensors and not because of the game. So I don't remember anything that I've done with these settings. We're just gonna leave all this stuff at normal or like at default things, and then I can adjust it in the game. I know that's a thing I can do. So okay. Yeah. Okay. So already again. Oh, so this does the same thing. Where in this loading screen, yeah, I see a model of my controllers. Oh, you can't see this. Right, this is again another instance where, I don't know how this is set up, but Boneworks did the same thing, where in loading screens, you can have that camera and this camera seeing different things, where I'm seeing an actual, like, text that says loading in front of me, and like I'm in kind of an environment, there's just like rocks and debris and all that, and I look down and I see like a symbol on the ground for my feet, not my actual feet, like just like a footprint or whatever. But meanwhile you just see this the hourglass thing. So that's that. But I do see. I guess I can verbally describe this anyway. That I'm seeing when I'm looking at my hands a 3D model of the actual touch controller. So that's interesting. I wonder how modifiable this is. If it's easy to like. So okay, this looks like. This looks like the same model that. Wait, do you guys see? Oh, for you it's black. That's because I'm at the end of the loading screen. It's about to go into the game. So ignore that you guys are seeing black. Let me just finish my explanation, then we'll get into the thing. So I'm seeing, a 3D model of my controller. This looks like the exact same model that Boneworks had in its loading screens. So I wonder if this is actually a thing that you had to program into the game, or if this is some like custom thing where it's just during the loading screen you see a 3D model of your controllers. So more specifically, with different VR headsets, I imagine you would see the 3D model of that that controller. Like, is that something that the game developer has to make all these 3D models? Or is it something that's more done automatically by the underlying software of the headset? That's something to maybe look into. But anyways, into the game itself, we got white screen. Yeah, I'm not doing a playthrough of Half-Life Alyx right now. I just wanted to get to sort of where the game starts. There's, spoilers of Half-Life 2. Ooh. And, Half-Life games. Funny thing is that I actually I played Half-Life Alyx before I finished Half-Life 2, and Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 2. So that's a funny thing. I always heard that the last Half-Life game, people really wanting Half-Life 3 and all that. That's aware of that meme for ages, but I had no idea to the extent that the last Half-Life game ended on such a cliffhanger. So I think that's funny that I was unaware of that for so long. Oh, I forget how good this looks. Yes. Okay, I am noticing. Is this because of the tracking? There's slight performance issues, but I know there wasn't before. I was able to run this game at one point with it's interesting. Okay, let me pause the game. How do I pause? Hold on. Oh boy. Yeah, I know how to move. Okay, let me do this real quick. Oh, I'm not even facing the way that I think I'm facing. Let me just check. Let me recalibrate my sensors. I have a feeling that might be why that's happening. Because it's being just a little bit jittery.
And I know I bumped my sensors, so that would probably be the most likely culprit, if I had to guess. I'm still not going to set up Guardian, because I'm not moving around too much, and that's a pain to have to set that up every time I bump this. But yeah. Because also, for most of my making the VR stuff, I will probably be sitting or something like that. I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, okay, got this. I'm not standing in the center of my room. Oops. Oh no, Half-Life Alyx, what are you doing? Oh no. Okay, that's not centered, but whatever, it's fine. Yes, I'm gonna... I acknowledge my dangers if I don't do that. Okay. So... what else could I close? I'm gonna... I can close Steam itself, as long as I don't close Steam VR. I'm gonna... there's no way Streamlabs is using a lot of, like, performance stuff. So that's probably fine. OBS and the fact that I'm streaming, that's definitely using up a bit of CPU, but I wonder if just... hold on. I'm tangled. No. No, how do I... There we go, untangled. We're good, we're good. That unplugged, that would have been bad. Okay. That may not the smartest thing to do, but whatever. Okay, it's fine. It's all fine. Alright, let's go into this now. Oh, is this better? I think it is. Hard to say. Okay, let me go back to this way, facing forward. So one thing is that, so both of those games, Boneworks and Half-Life Alyx, have different have different options for movement and turning. I don't really need to concern myself with that stuff right now. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot that this. Oh yeah. This game doesn't have continuous movement. It just has that you can teleport all around like this, which is fine. It makes it less motion sick causing, and also this is a snap turn rather than a moving turn, which for the turning that definitely I see that makes it more less. Like I feel less motion sick from this than from Boneworks as being a little bit more motion sick inducing. Not like much. I just like ever so slightly. But also, so cool. Okay, the one thing that I wish that, okay, I guess, so Bonework, spoilers of Half-Life Alyx stuff, I guess. One thing I would have liked to see more in this game was just more humans. You don't see that many, like, people in the game, past, like, the beginning. There's one thing I'd like to see more of, but more like cutscene-y type stuff where, like, people talking and moving around and all that. But that's just me. Oh, that's wall. That's my wall? That is my wall. Okay, so, back to very critical analyzing. Yeah, I think this is having ever so slight performance issues. I'm gonna guess it's either because of the additional monitor or because of OBS. Probably a bit of both, if I had to guess. But anyways, so, in terms of interacting with stuff, so, yeah, analyzing this sort of in the same way. So first of all, I've got hands, and these hands are disembodied. I think from our game, for my VR game, I'm going to go with this method, because this is a million times easier than the full body stuff that you have to do with that. But also, yeah, I'm just going to do this. So this with like hands, I don't know if we're going to have more like human-y hands like this, or the sort of like holographic, transparent hands that you sometimes see in games, in VR games. I'll figure that out. I think I'm leaning more towards the holographic hands, but we'll see. So that's that. Anyways, so in terms of grabbing stuff now, again, actually, like moving your hand, without grabbing anything, my hand does, it grabs stuff. What is doing that? Oh, it's doing like or never mind, or it looked like, okay, whatever, anyways, okay. But yeah, in terms of grabbing stuff, so one, hand physically does hit stuff, even when I'm not grabbing things. It can go like through a little bit, but that's fine. When I'm grabbing stuff, so does it do what the other one did? Okay, interesting, the hands do like, you see this? You see the hands actually like mold to the shape of what I'm grabbing? Depending on the angle that I'm grabbing it. I want to grab it like this. What? There you go, like that, yeah.
So that's interesting. And does that happen for everything? It does, kind of. Interesting. Interesting. You know, I can grab things with two. Oh, I can't grab this with two hands. Oh, that's kind of neat. To prevent the sort of two-handed problem, if you go to grab something with another hand, you let go of it with the other hand. Neat. Okay. Throwing stuff, you know, feels unnatural. Oh, that's probably, you know, not intended. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. But again, though, yeah, even like, look at this. Grabbing stuff out of midair is pretty easy to do. Kind of cool. Interesting. Let me just kind of go up here. In here, and I'm not going to go through too much of the game, but I'm just, you know, experimenting with how a lot of stuff works. Everything fine? You guys? Hopefully. This marker system is pretty cool. Oh, it's being a bit jittery. Oh, that's... I think that's, again, more of a performance thing. Maybe, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's intentional. I'm not sure. Here, let me go. Oh, I'm on the disc now. I'm curious of how this is done. Can I, like, dissect... Oh, yeah, when you gotta put your face in a wall, everything goes orange. That's a thing. But how are you done? How does this happen? How does this work? It's like it's... What are you doing? How are you doing that in such a way that's good at performance? You could have, like, as the line is moving, you're, like, instantiating new little, like, very tiny splotches, but then you have a bajillion game objects, so that would not be good on performance. If you had a bunch of game objects and then you were, like, drawing lines between them, that could be a way. But then how are you getting such good curves? I'm so fascinated by this. How does this work? Unless it, like... I don't know. How does this happen? You fascinate me, and I do not know the answers to you. Maybe if I did some Googling, I could probably... There's probably some YouTube video somewhere that explains how some of this works, maybe. You also got the brush that, like, it can wipe the stuff off, which is pretty cool. And even wipes it off in, like, a fadey kind of way. That's also extra cool. Anyways, okay, I had my fun with this. Not exiting the game yet. I want to skip ahead to a different part of the game. Go load. Do I have some save files? No. Oh wait. Oh, game slot 7. Main menu. Accept. Yeah. Let me look at basically just any save file I have from like later in the game when you have the hand things that allow you to flick objects to you. I want to just compare those systems. The flicking that Half-Life Alyx has versus the immediate suction that Boneworks has. I want to just compare both of them and then say, which do I prefer? And more specifically, which one is easier to use for someone who's not familiar with VR? Because that is our target audience. Could be, like, our target audience could be someone that it is their first time using VR ever. Now, our target audience isn't like children or anything, so like there can be some assumption of like video games in general, but yeah, the game should be easy enough to understand and all that if it's somebody's basically like their first time using VR ever. That's why we're sort of limiting some things on purpose, like not too much moving around, not too much turning and all that. Not too complicated of the actual controls. More of the complexity comes from the tasks that you're doing rather than the controls themselves. So that's a thing. Okay, let's go to... Do I have a save point on Jeff? I don't. But I can start one. Oops. You know, I'm going to do a thing. Might regret this. You guys wanted to see me do some horror stuff. Well, we're going to maybe do a little bit of that because I can. This. So, spoilers of Half-Life stuff, but this is one of the... I think I remember it being like, you know, one of the scariest parts of the game or whatever. Also, you know, it's VR. VR horror game and, like, not VR, you know, desktop normal game. Horror, a bit different. Yeah, like, this game isn't, like, a horror game completely, but it has some horror elements, put it that way. Like, this part that is definitely... Now, I've already gone through this, so, like, well, this was ages ago. This was maybe, like, probably, like, a year ago now? A little bit less than a year ago would have been the last time I played through this. Something like that. Maybe? Actually, no, I'm not too sure. But anyways, months and months ago, anyway. But yeah, so I am though like going through like replaying a horror game is different than like experiencing a horror game for the first time in terms of the level of scares or whatever. But okay, this is loading, just trying to ramble while I'm waiting for loading screen to end. Yada yada. Words. All right. Well, I don't know how much longer we'll be playing around with this. I just thought that this was sort of useful to do. It's something I wanted to do anyway at some point, so I thought I'd do it on stream, I guess. And then we're gonna get more into some Unity things, because there's sort of two things I wanted to do. Sort of this experimenting with like VR controls, but then also Jeff. Yeah. But then also doing a bit of looking through that Unity code and learning about how some of that code works from a programming level.
There's definitely a bunch of old bottles in here. Does alcohol go bad?
Oh yeah.
It only improves.
Hold on.
It's all good, Alex.
Yes, this is things. Again, I'm not. Okay, actually, wait. Guess we're doing this now. Settings. Excuse me. Subtitles are on. Why? You're not. I didn't see subtitles. Oh, whatever. You guys maybe did. What the hand right? Did I have? I don't know if these settings were what I had settings at before, or if I've actually changed, or if I want to change any of these settings. So difficulty normal. We're gonna put difficulty on easy for right now because I don't want to actually be having difficulties with this for right now. So movement, blink, shift, continuous. Oh, this does have continuous movement. Right. Yes. What's the difference between shift? Wait, hold on. Let me experiment with this real quick. You're going to hear some dialogue that I'm kind of skipping through. But so it has this movement where you just teleport like this. And then you have continuous. Yeah, this game did have like moving continuously. Yeah, so I was okay. I was like, I thought it did, but yeah, no, it does. Okay, right. So this, but then for the blinking option is less for those not as experienced with VR stuff. It's more what am I trying to say? Those people that are less experienced with VR stuff, it's more not motion sick inducing. So yeah, but I can handle this. I do think that the snap turn is better than continuous turn. I find that's very easy to cause motion sickness, but yeah, cool that it's an option for things. Okay. Oh, I have to remember game stuff. Am I going up here? I think so. Okay, so controls of game. You got health, you got bullets, you got guns. How do I switch guns? Isn't it holding this like a button? Yeah, okay. So you got 3 guns at this point of the game. You got your multi-tool, so it's a pistol, a shotgun, and a rifle, I believe, are what I got. And then you can also pick stuff up and store it in your wrists. So okay, so now the grabbing and the flicking stuff. So past the tutorial, I now have a thing where I can like flick objects towards me. So when I can lock onto this and flick it, and then I can grab it. So that's how that works. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, I'm gonna do a thing real quick. I'm noticing that the performance is still like a little bit not as good as, like one thing I could do to maybe improve the performance of this is I'm gonna actually unplug my, I need to make sure I unplug the right monitor. The monitor that is showing the chat that I'm not reading right now. Just one less monitor active will probably make this better. There's no one really active in chat. I don't think there's anyone really here. It's just me talking to myself, but that's all right. I'm gathering useful information, useful data. So that might have just, let's say, improved the performance of this ever so slightly. The other thing would be, not streaming, but that's not something. Oh, is this? Look at that! That has liquid physics too, and it's so much better than the Unity thing. Except this, I imagine, is a lot harder to pull off. We don't need this complicated of liquid physics. Also, this doesn't open. Oh, right. I was about to say that doesn't open, so I can't pour it out. But well, it does if you smash it. Okay. Oh god, I hate you. I hate everything that you are. Maybe I'll do a proper playthrough of this game right now. I just want to quickly run through the Jeff chapter. Because I can, is simply enough. To get more, I mean, I can say to get more exposure with the VR stuff, but also just to have fun of doing it. I don't want to spend too long on this. I keep saying I do have a lot of stuff I need to do. That's resin, that's a collectible thing. And I don't know, because I'm just starting this like partway through, I don't know how much to... Oh, I love that. the lighting, this stuff. It's unfortunate that that's so hard to do in Unity in all three of the render pipelines without huge costs of performance. Like, look at this! It's so cool! Well, I can't go this way. I go this way, right? Oh, this makes me cough. Unless you actually cover your mouth, which is pretty cool. Now, you want to be careful of that. You don't want doing this to cause hand-hitting VR headset, because that no good. Okay, this is a barnacle. Let's just have that thing die. I should maybe be speedrunning this a bit more. Oh. Neat. Also just looking more around more environment stuff, because it's cool. Getting more just inspiration for VR stuff, and yeah. Also just good games. Simply put.
Alex, come in, Alex. Alex?
Can you guys see subtitles?
Well, oh, there you are.
You
There
can.
you are.
I can't see subtitles, but you guys
No
can.
straight shot to
That's
the vault.
fine.
I'm gonna head inside and find a way out.
Yep, I would like to see subtitles, just in case I'm rambling, but whatever, you guys can, that's good enough. Yeah, performance is definitely taking a hit, and I imagine OBS is contributing that quite a bit. I was able to play, when I originally played this game myself, I was able to play it on this exact